Sleeper muscle cars are some of our favorites, not just because they're stealthy and quick, but also because of their rarity and the uniqueness of putting big power into stripped-down all-business packages. In this video, we showcase the 10 ultimate sleeper muscle cars from the 1960s and early 1970s that represent the best value for your money back then when performance mattered most. We also introduce a price versus quick factor for our ranking that gives us a best performance for your dollar value if you were to buy these back then. We calculate it like this. We take its quarter-mile time divided by its original price converted to today's dollars. The higher the resulting number, the better its price versus quick ranking. So let's get to it and find out which were the 10 quickest stealthy muscle cars that you could buy on the cheap all those decades ago. Arriving at number 10 is a Chrysler product from the early 1960s. This one was powered by the 426 cubic inch Ramcharger 3 wedge engine, delivering 425 underrated horsepower. Helping all those cubes gobble up maximum fuel and air were two 750 cubic foot per minute Carter carburetors. This is the 1964 Dodge Polara built for comfort with the Ramcharger 3 426 wedge engine that was wicked quick on the street or on the drag strip. It was capable of reaching 60 miles per hour from a standstill in 5.5 seconds, with the quarter mile consumed in just 13.3 seconds in street configuration. Tune it for the track and lose the exhaust system from the headers back, and it would do low 12s. It was unassuming looking and would cost around $3,900 back in 1964, but oh how quick it was. In fact, if we apply our price versus quick formula to rank this car on our list, we see that its factor is 3.366. Not bad for a car that wouldn't look out of place in a church parking lot on a Sunday morning and could hold its own at the drag strip on a Sunday afternoon. Many consider this mighty machine to be among one of the first muscle cars. It was available with a range of engines from its lowly 225 cubic inch slant 6 that came standard, all the way up to the 426 cubic inch 425 horsepower max wedge, the same one that was in the Polara. The max wedge engine was a precursor power plant to the 426 Hemi that would be released a year later for racing applications and then to the general public as the Street Hemi in 1966. What we're looking at is the Dodge 330 with that pure no-nonsense 426 max wedge engine residing gloriously between its fenders. The max wedge engine was all about racing with 0 to 60 happening in only 5.1 seconds and the quarter mile disappearing in 12.3 seconds in street trim. The engine itself was a $550 option in this $3,000 car, but well worth every hard-earned dime. When we plug the numbers into our price versus quick formula, we arrive at a factor of 4.047, placing it at number 9 on our list. This next one at number 8 could be ordered with a newly released performance engine option for 1968. The engine was a big displacement, big horsepower Goliath that was made available to help its manufacturer score with some much needed wins on the drag strip. Up until the 1968 model year, this car was available with only a 320 horsepower version of a 390 cubic inch engine. The new engine, introduced mid-year in 1968 as the Cobra Jet, was the underrated 335 horsepower 428 cubic inch big block that could be ordered in this Ford Mustang. It was only available on the GT package, but pairing the GT with the hardtop with its formal roofline gave this Mustang a mild-mannered look compared to its fastback brother. And it wouldn't let you down when it came time to throw down either. Green light means floor it, with 60 miles per hour coming up in only 5.4 seconds, and the quarter-mile sprint being over in 14 seconds. With the Cobra Jet engine option, this one cost around $3,800 in 1968, with a price versus quick factor of 4.079. Hardtop Mustang Cobra Jet GTs are super rare and make for the perfect unique steed in a pasture full of Mustang fastbacks. It's boxy, bland, and benign. This car and its body trim, or lack thereof, was a stripped-down ride that the budget-minded would have bought in 1965. The cool thing about that era was that manufacturers usually didn't restrict their high-performance engines to only upscale sporty trim levels. This bare-bones yawnmobile could be ordered with a 350 horsepower, 327 cubic inch engine to turn it from a marshmallow into a missile. If you know your engines, you already know that this number 7 car is a Chevrolet. This was their mid-size Chevelle offering in the base 300 series trim. The L79 327 could launch the Chevelle 300 from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 5.7 seconds, and the quarter mile would be a quick memory in only 13.5 seconds. Chevrolet needed $3,200 to make your L79 dreams come true back then, giving this plain, inconspicuous Chevelle a 4.231 factor after our price versus quick formula was applied. If you know your muscle car engines, you'll know that 1966 was a vital and significant year. That was the year that a certain manufacturer introduced an engine to the public that was known as the elephant motor. This car could be ordered with one in the plainest, most company car-looking package imaginable. Coming in at number 6 is the 1966 Plymouth Belvedere 1, a boxy ride that could blend in anywhere as a harmless everyman car. But beneath the dorky exterior lurked the famed 426 cubic inch, 425 horsepower Hemi engine. If you didn't want to be seen in one, all you had to do was mash the go pedal to disappear on the horizon. 0 to 60 miles per hour was over within 6.7 seconds, and the quarter mile was history in 13.8 seconds. The Hemi engine was a pricey option back then, making this car cost around $3,450 in 1966 to make you fast and stealthy. The price versus quick formula tells us that this car comes in at a factor of 4.258. Not a bad value to put this very quick, upstanding citizen mobile in your garage. At number 5, we think this next one ticks all the boxes for getting a quick car on the cheap. You won't find a loud graphic or sporty paint color anywhere on this car. The only thing that gives its performance potential away are the fender badges, which we would replace with ones that denoted a lesser engine beneath its basic, ordinary-looking hood, just to be even more sneaky about what this car is capable of. This one is one you may have never heard of, the 1967 Mercury Comet 202. To us, looks like something your clergyman might drive. If they did, they would arrive at their destination most expeditiously, not by a miracle, but by the grunt and push of the 427 cubic inch, 425 horsepower engine nestled in the engine room, the same engine that you could get in the Mercury Cyclone. 0 to 60 miles per hour happened in the blink of an eye at 5.8 seconds, while the quarter mile was wrapped up in 13.2 seconds. This was one quick Comet, and a rare one also. Only 22 Comet 202s were built with the R-Code 427 engine. A cost of $3,200 in 1967 gives the Comet a factor of 4.287 and makes this stealthy sleeper a great price versus quick value proposition. Next, we move on to another car whose name was also derived from a celestial object, but from a different manufacturer. This car received an engine upgrade beginning in the 1968 model year that was generally available with the sport trim versions only, but some lucky stealthsters were able to order a base model with the new from 1968 L78 engine. With that information, you might have guessed that this car is a Chevrolet at number 4 in our ranking. This is the 1968 Chevy 2 Nova Coupe with the 375 horsepower version of the 396 cubic inch engine with a 4-speed transmission. Those stamped steel body-colored wheels and dog dish hubcaps are a great camouflage for this undercover muscle car. It only requires 6 seconds for 60 miles per hour to appear on the speedometer from a standing start, and just 13.6 seconds to get the quarter mile over and done with. The L78 Nova in 1968 cost $3,400 and earned you a legend. The price versus quick formula gives us a factor of 4.432 and would make you a savvy covert muscle car shopper back then. This one looks like something that Joe Friday and Bill Gannon might tool around in on their quest for just the facts. Despite its government issue undercover cop car looks, this one packed a punch with a 427 cubic inch, 425 horsepower engine and a 4-speed transmission making it go. At number 3, you're looking at the 1967 Ford Fairlane 500 Club Coupe with a rare high-performance engine option. They just don't make them honest like this anymore, with the 427's high-rise intake manifold, dual 4-barrel carbs, and gorgeous chrome valve covers and oval air cleaner capping it all off. The fender badges give its fire-breathing capabilities away, but those could be removed or replaced with something more plebeian if stealth is the name of your game. It was also quick, getting from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 5.6 seconds. The quarter-mile flashed by in only 13.7 seconds. Not bad for this cop car wannabe. At a cost of around $3,200 in 1967, the price versus quick factor comes in at 4.7, making it one of the best sleeper muscle car values of the 1960s. At number 2, many folks don't even know that this one exists, even some 50+ years after it was built. It looks like a familiar intermediate that its manufacturer built by the hundreds of thousands, but with a confusing nameplate. That's what makes it very unique and one of the most sleeperish on our list. It can be ordered with a 429 cubic inch, 370 horsepower engine and 4-speed transmission, along with a drag pack option. This is the 1970.5 Ford Falcon. Yes, it looks like a decontented Torino, which is exactly what it was. Here's why. Ford discontinued their previous generation Falcon in mid-1970 and sold this version of the Falcon for all of 6 months when it too was axed. During that time, Ford built 90 429 powered Falcons. That drivetrain in this factory sleeper could show its taillights to most street challengers by getting to 60 miles per hour from a stop in only 5.8 seconds and vanquishing the quarter mile in just 13.8 seconds. The 70.5 429 Falcon hits all the right stealthy performance notes and was easy on the wallet too, costing just $3,350 in 1970, giving it a factor of 5.089 in our price versus quick calculation. At number 1, and the best sleeper muscle car on our list, this one could be had with the same engine that powered the mighty Corvette. Yes, it's a Chevrolet, but which one? It was lightweight, upright appearing with great visibility for the driver, and was a popular seller for its maker. This is the 1966 Chevrolet Chevy 2 with the L79 327 generating 350 horsepower occupying its engine bay. It's as plain looking as they come, and even has the nothing special to see here B-pillar post that makes you assume that nothing more than its standard 4-cylinder engine is propelling this to the laundromat and back. Yes, you could order the L79 in the SS version of the Chevy 2, but you could also order it in the base model 100 series, conferring upon it instant sleeper muscle car power. It can make 0 to 60 miles per hour happen in 5.4 seconds, with the quarter mile taking only 13.2 seconds to complete. It was light, fast, appeared entirely harmless, and was the most inexpensive on our list, costing just $2,400 when new, giving it the highest price versus quick factor of 5.674. Don't be fooled by the grocery getter disguise. This Chevy 2 packs a Corvette heart and a sleeper's soul, leaving race challengers shaking their fist at Grandma's race rocket. We hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching. Be sure to like and share this video and subscribe to our channel with notifications activated.